definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah. Absolutely. We are thrilled that you're here, and we're thrilled that all of you on Facebook. I see Sam Sequel is joining us on Facebook. Awesome.
Yes. Jenny Sequel's birthday as well.
It's her
That's
birthday.
amazing. That's great. Yes, happy birthday. It's a special day. It's also my brother and my aunt's birthday. Like, this is just a special
your
day.
Brother too?
My brother too.
My brother's birthday's today.
That's amazing. That's amazing. This is a good day. And I see Hilda and Sandy, hello, are joining us this evening as well. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Hi, Charlie and Richard. Shabbat Shalom to you as well. I'm going to share my screen so we can all follow along together with the slides. So we are going to sing our way through the service and enjoy a virtual service, which it might even be one of our last ones, which I know is kind of surreal, but also this is number 62, so it's not like there's only been a few of them. So we can be grateful for that as well. So we'll start singing together with Hine Matov, how good it is that we are all joining together.
Tohu Menayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine Ma 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 Tohu Menayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Tohu Menayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Hine Ma Tohu Menayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
So it seems as if we have lost Rabbi Lynette.
If we lost Rabbi Lynette, she will be joining us soon enough.
She will.
Why don't we keep singing until she comes back on? So is everyone still here?
Yeah, I still see us on my
All right, then we're going to keep going and wait for Rabbi Lynette. And if she doesn't come back, make sure your phone's on so you can text her.
It is.
So let's just keep going. We're going to sing Esa Enai, I Look Up to the Mountain. And, yeah, we're ready for that.
We're ready.
Esa Enai El Hehari Esa Enai El Hehari Yavo Ezri, Ne'ayin Yavo Ezri, Ne'ayin Yavo Ezri, Ne'ayin Yavo Ezri. Where will my help come from? Where will my help come from? My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth. My help will come from God, maker of heaven and earth.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mark and Hannah. Can you guys see me? Am I back? Great.
If we lose you again, we're just going to keep singing.
Awesome.
Stick with
Thank
us.
you. I hope everyone does that. Thank you. And we're just going to keep rolling with it, right? So that is all good. Thank you, Mark and Hannah, for continuing to sing along with us. So even though my internet is deciding that it wants to take a Shabbat of its own. So as soon as I get a little bit of a better connection here, everyone, I'm going to send you the slides so that way you can follow along with us. But if you have a prayer book at home, you can also follow along that way. We are going to now light our Shabbat candles, which I'm going to do by very fancily changing my screen here. If I can do that. Great. So if you have any candles at home, and I see Mark and Hannah too also.
We got with
Excellent.
batteries.
Yeah, we got the good.
Oh,
stuff.
very nice.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Awesome. All right. So here we go. So feel free to light with me. Or in Mark and Hannah's case, if you have electric ones, to turn them on. With me.
Righty tighty.
All right. And we'll sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Beautiful. So we will take a deep breath. I need a deep breath right now, and maybe some of you do too. It has been, I think for all of us, it's been a difficult week. It's been a painful week as our hearts and minds have been in Israel, and along with, the continuing global pandemic. So Torah teaches us to stay positive and to reinterpret, to keep making things work. And I think that we've all had to improvise a little bit and work with what we've got this past year. And that's certainly I think an important thing. So we're going to keep on singing with Lecha Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath bride. Take it away, Mark and Hannah.
Lecha Dodi Liglat Kala Yala La Yala La Yala La Ne Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Liglat Kala Yala La Yala La Yala La Ne Shabbat Nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Ishmiyanu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Hashem u'tiferet Eli Elila Lecha Dodi Liglat Kala Yala La Yala La Yala La Neh Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Shabbat Nikabela.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mark and Hannah. And officially, Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to see so many of you joining us virtually this evening. I see Paul Roth, Shabbat Shalom. Pam and Ira, Shabbat Shalom. Hi, Betty. Thanks. Glad we're here too. Shabbat Shalom. And hi, Mom and Dad. Shabbat Shalom to you guys, to everyone who's joining us on Facebook and our website and YouTube. Glad to once again join together virtually this evening as we celebrate Shabbat and also look ahead to Shavuot. And we'll have a few words about Shavuot in just a little bit. But we're going to continue singing now with our Baruch Hu, Am I Awake? Are we ready for the rest and all of the blessings that can come with these 24 hours of Shabbat?
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed. Yadadai Lai Lai, 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 Yadadai Lai Lai.
Awesome. And as we continue in the service, if you look in the comments on Facebook, you will see a link to a PDF with all of the slides. So if you'd like to follow along there, you're welcome to click on that link and it'll take you to a PDF. If not, you can keep following along with us in our prayer books if you've got one at home. So if you have the slides with you, please feel free to read along with me after the Baruch Hu, this reading called Everlasting Love. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them helps give meaning to our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. A fitting reading as we look ahead to Shavuot, as we celebrate the giving of the Torah. So now we'll keep singing with Sheman Ve'ahavta, which come from the Torah itself. So keep on singing with us.
Adonai your soul and with all your might.
With all your might.
And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently unto your children.
Unto your children.
And you shall speak of them when you sit in your house.
When you sit in your house.
When you walk by the way.
And when you rise up.
And when you lie down. And when you lie down. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand.
Upon your hand.
And they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates.
And upon your gates.
Upon your gates.
Upon your gates.
You may remember
Remember.
and do all of my commandments and be holy unto your God.
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 Beautiful. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're glad that you are joining us this Shabbat evening. And I want to share, we've got some more folks saying Shabbat Shalom. So just want to reflect those back. Courtney and Joe, Shabbat Shalom. Thanks for joining us. Connie Hirsch, Shabbat Shalom. Jackie and Jim, it's great to see you or virtually see you. Shabbat Shalom. Hi, Miriam. Shabbat Shalom to you, and to Steve and Joanne. Shabbat Shalom to all of you as well. We are going to keep on singing together next with Mi Chamocha, which is also, we had Passover not too long ago, and then we counted the 49 days of the Omer from the second night of Passover until Shavuot, and we are almost there. And it's not the end of the journey for the Israelites, but it's of course an important stop along the way. And I hope it feels now with all of us, getting vaccinated, many of us getting vaccinated, everyone 12 and up, and the warmer weather, hopefully it feels a little bit like also like a big milestone, and the end is in sight. So we'll keep on singing together. Mi Chamocha, page 40 are in the slides.
Ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
Nora tahidon oseh vele. Nora tahidon oseh vele Adonai. Imloch leolam ba'ed. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, la 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 la.
We all continue to pray and hope for and look forward to even more feelings of freedom, and all of us coming together and celebrating together, as the Israelites did back in the day for Mi Chamocha. Well, we're continuing now with the Amidah, with our standing prayers, first with Adonai Sifatai. So if you are able to stand, if you would like to stand, you are more than welcome to, as we sing Adonai Sifatai, and we'll continue in chanting. Feel free to follow along with me on the slides or in the book. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol, v'zocher chaste avot v'imahot, u'mevi ge'ula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magin, baruch atah Adonai, magin Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol atah rav lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Givurot, Umido Melech, Melech Meinit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. We'll now take a couple of minutes of silent prayer using either the words in our prayer books or whatever words may be in our own hearts this evening. We'll continue singing together in just a moment with Oseh Shalom, our prayer for peace.
Shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol shalom, shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu ve'yakol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Uyase shalom aleinu ve'yakol Yisrael amen. Ose shalom, shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu ve'yakol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ve'yakol Yisrael amen.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mark and Hannah. We have a lot of peace that we still need in the world that we can continue to pray for and hopefully act towards as well. I want to take a few minutes to just briefly talk a little bit about Shavuot, which, as you know, is coming up, and we're really excited to have a special program in the sanctuary on Sunday night, all about Shavuot. And if you've forgotten what Shavuot is about, that's okay. It's been a long year. It is a harvest holiday. It is one of the holidays where in ancient times, folks would go to Jerusalem, to the temple, to bring their first fruits and bring their harvest. And today we celebrate, as I mentioned before, the giving of the Torah, the 10 Commandments, literally in the text, but we also widen that out to include all Jewish teaching, all Torah, both ancient and modern. And in honor of the land of milk and honey, that is where the rabbis, one of the places where the rabbis decided that we should also eat dairy. So for those of you who, like me, have some trouble with that, I also call it Yom Lactade, day of needing a lot of dairy pills. So that's just me, though. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones who does not. So we also read the book of Ruth. And you might be wondering, of all the books in the Bible, why do we read the book of Ruth? You'd think that it would be from the Torah, from the 5 books of Moses, or have something to do more directly with the Torah. And in the Talmud, Rabbi Zera thinks the same thing. He says this scroll doesn't have anything about what's forbidden and what's permitted, what's pure and impure. So why of all books do we read the book of Ruth during Shavuot? And he says it is to teach us the greatness of the reward for acts of chesed, of loving kindness. And that might be a word that's familiar to you, whether chesed, like gemilut chasadim, or loving kindness. So if you remember, Ruth is a Moabite who marries into an Israelite family. And tragically, her husband, her brother-in-law, and her father-in-law all pass away, leaving Ruth and her sister-in-law Orpah and her mother-in-law Naomi. Naomi tells her daughters-in-law to return to their family so that they can remarry. And Orpah leaves, but Ruth refuses, and she declares her unconditional loyalty to Naomi. And you may have heard her speech before. It's been used as a template for conversion ceremonies and for wedding ceremonies, this beautiful declaration of love and of loyalty. So Ruth accompanies Naomi to Bethlehem, which, by the way, is a dangerous journey for 2 women traveling alone during ancient times. Ruth also provides for Naomi by going to harvest in the fields to provide food for them. And she ends up meeting Boaz, who she learns is a distant relative of Naomi's. And long story short, they end up getting married, which is lovely. And when they have a child, Naomi becomes the foster mother, and that lifts Naomi out of her depression that she's been feeling from this loss of her family. And it also says that Ruth and Naomi eventually become ancestors to King David. So it's this really lovely story with a beautiful ending. So we hear about the kindness that Ruth shows towards Naomi and Boaz, but it's actually greater than that. According to Dr. Layla Bronner, she talks about how Ruth shows loving kindness to all of the people in Bethlehem who will likely only see her as a foreigner. And that unfortunately plays out in the text. They constantly call Ruth the Moabite, or they say Ruth the Moabite. they're othering her. They're making it clear that she is not an Israelite. She doesn't, to them, at least through that perspective, as if she doesn't belong there. But Ruth is still kind and accepting to them anyway. And she is even considered eventually an Israelite, not just through her marriage to Boaz, but the rabbis consider her to be the first chosen Jew. And Dr. Bronner says, Ruth practices benevolence toward people who have no claim on her for it. And that is her chesed. That is the loving kindness that she portrays. So some of the connection to Shavuot certainly has to do with the harvest, the agricultural connection, but even more so, Ruth is a model for how we're supposed to act in the world. We're supposed to act through loving kindness. And an extension of that, of course, is inclusion. And it's connected to Psalm 89, not 189, just 89, which says all existence is based on chesed, loving kindness, which I think is a really beautiful way to see the world, and that perhaps we can live through loving kindness, through gratitude, and perhaps act towards others with loving kindness. And I know that for many of us, including the two other people who I'm sharing the Zoom service with, loving kindness is already at the center of everything that you do. And I think this is a perfect reminder of making sure that loving kindness is at the center. I think this is a perfect moment to keep that in mind. Many of us may be feeling very tired and very burnt out from the year, feeling very impatient to get, quote unquote, back to normal, and continuing to just feel that exhaustion, and sometimes therefore that loving kindness might be more difficult to access. And like we've also discussed, it's been also a very difficult week with our hearts and minds in Israel as well. So I think on Shavuot, as we study Torah, as we celebrate, as we eat dairy, we can also perhaps, in the spirit of Ruth, keep in mind who might we extend our loving kindness towards, even if they don't have a claim for it. It's an interesting question, and perhaps we can all meditate on it individually in our own lives, and then find some way to, in a way that's comfortable and meaningful for us, bring that to action. So that is one of many hopes we can have heading into this weekend. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and we are going to now turn towards our prayer for healing. One of the many ways that we can show loving kindness towards others, those who are in need of some healing and some wholeness, to let them know that we're thinking of them, that we're sending healing prayers. So if you have a name, I see some of you have already shared. So if you have a name of someone whom you are thinking for healing, feel free to add it in the comments. And as I'm scrolling, I'll try to get to everyone's name. And if there's a chance that I miss yours, just know that just writing the name, that person that you're thinking of, just keeping them in your heart and singing Misha Berach with the intention, that is the most important thing. So just to put that out there, since I'm on multiple screens here. So this evening for Misha Berach, we are thinking of Bill Ackerman, Catherine Adler, Marcia Ames, Marilyn Altman, Lynn Adams, Sarah Bates, Deborah Belford, Barbara Belford, Libby Blakely, Jonathan Bleiweiss, Marjorie Block, Paul Branson, Joan Bray, Florence Bricker, Lee Budin, Dave Cedarquist, David Cohen, Dorothy Cohen, Rob Cohen, Lily Kovitz, Adrian Crawford, Rick Crawford, Krista Dalton, Tony Diegler, Carrie Ebert, Elaine Ellick, Don Feibel, Carol Fay, Michael Fiorelli, Rachel Fish, Hilda Glazer, Olivia Glick, Alan Goldberg, Rachel Goldblatt, Bernice Goldstein, Jimmy Green, Brad Hannon, Jessica Hannon, David Haas, Don Kerr, Jeanette Clayman, Aidan Kramer, Leah Levinson, Barb Lucas, Angel Marrero, Fred Martin, Minna Melton, Paul Mickelson, Donnie Akani Minarovic, Dick Nettleman, Robert Oakley, David Palmer, Nick Parisi, Aaron Phelan, Jackie Phillips, Ian Phillips, Rashi Prskowski, Jessica Rathkopf, Isabel Resendez, William J. Rees, Barry Richmond, Zachary Rowe, Arthur Rose, Irving Rose, June Sahara, Rolf Sauer, Sandy Schaefer, Mitch Schifrin, Richard Schur, Karen Skilkin, Robert Weiss, Lee Wilkoff, We're also thinking of Eric Gordon, Pete Bowman, Dorothy Collins. Let me see as I am scrolling here. Debbie Randman, Laura T. Nico Nemeth, and David Hirsch. There's a bit of a delay here, so if you've added any names after that, know that we are praying for all those who are in need of healing, and we'll sing together Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBrecha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBrecha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And let us say Amen.
Beautiful. We'll continue praying for all those who are in need of healing. And we are absolutely praying for peace and wholeness over in Israel. Many of you I know have friends and perhaps even family who are over in Israel. I'm connecting with folks, and it is certainly a terrible time there. So if you are on the slides after Misha Berach, there's a slide for a prayer for Israel as we pray for a quick and peaceful resolution, and of course, peace in Jerusalem and Israel for all those who live there. So please feel free to read along with me this prayer for Israel. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. Amen. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. We are praying for peace for all those who live in Israel. We'll continue now as we begin to conclude our service with Bayom Hahu, praying that one day there is peace and unity throughout the earth. So keep on singing with us.
Bayom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad. Bayom Hahu Yeh Shemo Echad. V'ne'emar, as it is written, v'ne'emar, let it be said, God rules the earth. On that day God shall be one. V'haya Adonai, the Melech HaKol Haaretz. On that day, God's name shall be one. Bayom Hahu, Yeh Adonai Echad. Bayom Hahu, Yeh Shemo Echad. Ushmo Echad.
Thank you, Mark and Hannah. We are certainly praying for that day, and we will continue together with Mourners Kaddish as we take a moment to recall those who are no longer with us physically, but who are still with us every day through those acts of loving kindness that we show ourselves and others, and in many, many other ways. The people whom we love are always with us. So again, if you have a name of someone whom you are remembering, either you are observing Shloshim or Kaddish, or they just happen to be in your heart this evening, you are welcome to leave the name in the comments or say their name aloud. This evening, we are recalling those whom we have lost in the last 30 days and are observing Shloshim. We are remembering Pam Belford, Trayvon Dixon, Rabbi Morley Feinstein, Richard Kallenberg, Shirley Dicker Levin, and Heather Strauss. We're also recalling those whom we lost at this season in years past. We are remembering Rosette Benzakein, Helen Kaplan, Stephen Colson, Bart Epstein, Ethel Garfield, Luis Glazer, Florence Gordon, Ernestine Holben, George Cates, Robert Melman, Rita Miller, Wenceslas Neuwirth, Milton Kristowski, Harry Robb, Herman Ringelheim, Ruth Siegfried, Nathan Stamen, Audrey Wolpa, and Stanley Wolpa. And we are also remembering Minnie Seitz and Jerry Cunningham. For them, and for all those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them, we'll recite together either in the slides or if you have a prayer book on page 294. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lamnei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who brings peace bring peace to us, to Israel, to all the world. And we can say that together. Amen. Well, we'll take just a moment to share some announcements before our closing song, and wish you again a Shabbat Shalom. As I mentioned before, we're going to have a wonderful Shavuot service back in the sanctuary. That feels so good to say. It is so exciting. I can't wait. It's going to be, I believe it's 6:45 in the sanctuary. I keep saying it because it's just so fantastic, and I'm so excited. So we're going to welcome.
Very weird.
You're right,
62
exactly.
weeks.
It's like, wait, in the sanctuary?
I don't know. We might have to vacuum in there.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Maybe some cobwebs. No. You kept it very
blow
clean.
some dust. We'll be all right.
Yes, exactly. I will ask that everyone please stay masked, and we'll have a wonderful service. We'll read some Torah. We'll have a wonderful text study with Rabbi Apotheker. It's going to be great. So please join us Sunday night. And then on Tuesday at noon, I believe it's at noon, please double check the social media and our e-window. But on Tuesday afternoon, we're going to have a great talk with Professor Don Sylvan, who is an expert on the Middle East. And he's going to be telling us all about what's going on in Israel and giving us an update. And also there's so much nuance and complexity to this history and to the situation. So Professor Sylvan is going to help ground us and help us understand what's going on, and hopefully what are some ways that we can also help support the situation to help make sure that there is a peaceful resolution. So those are two of our many programs that are coming up as we head into the summer. So please, like I said, keep checking social media, our e-window, for all of the good stuff coming up. And we are going to close this evening service with Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Let us continue to build this world from love.
This world from love. You must build this world from love. And if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love. La la la, la la la, la la.
Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat
everybody.
shalom.
Have a wonderful weekend, and we hope to see you on Sunday. Thank you, Mark and Hannah, again. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary, Mark and Lori. Thanks again for taking the evening to sing our way through Shabbat.